This is the brand new Galaxy S25 Ultra, and today we're going to do a quick unboxing and comparison to the Galaxy S24 Ultra. The box for the S25 Ultra is very slim, and on the front of it you just get kind of a silhouette of the S25 Ultra itself and the S Pen right there. And opening the box, you see the back of the S25 Ultra. You get a little pull tab here at the bottom to take the phone out. And then you can go ahead and peel this off. Then there's a second box on the inside, and there you'll find your SIM ejector tool, as well as your USB-C to USB-C cable. On the first boot up, we get a brand new welcome screen. Typically, this is just some plain white screen, so this looks much better. In terms of design compared to the S24 Ultra, you can see that the edges are now much more rounded compared to the sharp edges on the S24 Ultra. The bezel of the cameras is now raised up a bit, slightly off the surface of the phone, which might look pretty cool, but you are going to get more dust stuck in there because of it. And as you can see, dust was already a problem on the S24 Ultra. Besides the floating bezels, you'll now notice that the S25 Ultra now has similar camera lens covers to the Fold 6 and Flip 6. Looking at the bottom of the phones, you can see that the SIM ejector is now moved to the other side, and the speaker slot is a little bit larger. Besides having a larger nub on the back of the S Pen on the S25 Ultra, it gets a massive downgrade. There is no longer Bluetooth functionality on the S25's S Pen. That means you can no longer do things like take a picture just by pressing the S Pen button, or zoom in or out by using different gestures, or switch back and forth between your favorite pens just by double pressing the S Pen button, and so many more features that are made available by having a Bluetooth functionality. And if I go into the S Pen settings on both devices, you see that the S24 Ultra has the Air Actions menu, which allows you to fully customize all of the Air Actions that are enabled by Bluetooth. That's just no longer possible on the S25 Ultra. And the reason for removing the Bluetooth functionality is probably to reduce the weight a little bit on the S25 Ultra, but that's a huge loss to save a little bit of weight. One difference that's immediately noticeable is the smaller bezels on the S25 Ultra. This allows for a 0.1 inch larger screen in the same form factor as the S24 Ultra. The S25 Ultra is also 15 grams lighter, but honestly holding both phones in the hands at the same time, it's really hard to tell the difference. Something that you can tell a difference with are these bezels. It's a very different feeling having these very flat bezels on the S25 Ultra versus the curved bezels on the S24 Ultra. Personally, I do prefer the feel of the bezels on the S24 Ultra, but something that is better on the S25 Ultra are the corners. They're now slightly more rounded, making it a bit more comfortable on the palm of your hand. So it's kind of a toss-up. I think I'd prefer the rounded edges of the S24 Ultra with the curved corners of the S25 Ultra. You put those two together, and I'd say that's a pretty comfortable phone. The cameras on the S25 Ultra are pretty much the same as the S24 Ultra, with the exception of the ultra-wide camera, which now becomes 50 megapixels instead of 12 megapixels on the S24 Ultra. This not only allows you to capture a ton of detail with wide-angle shots, but it also allows for incredibly detailed macro photos. And here's a quick comparison to the macro photos between the S24 Ultra and the S25 Ultra. It's not just the macro photos that get improved, because even though all the other cameras on the S25 Ultra are exactly the same as the S24 Ultra, the new chip allows for more enhanced processing, and I have actually noticed a difference even at 100 times zoom. If we look at this comparison here, you see that the S25 Ultra was able to get a much more true-to-life color. And looking at this other photo, you can see a lot more detail in the dark areas on the S25 Ultra's camera versus the S24 Ultra. And the improvement to the cameras can really be seen in night photography and videos. The S25 Ultra's new processor is able to figure out what's a moving object and what's a static object in your photos and videos, and it can do independent processing on both the moving and static objects to get rid of motion blur. And this is immediately noticeable when taking pictures of cars passing by. The S25 Ultra consistently got pictures with much less motion blur. So right now I'm recording with a plane going by up ahead, and it is really loud in person. You can probably hear it on the video really easily, but now I'm going to go ahead and try to remove that sound using Samsung's new AI audio editor that can pick up specific sounds and either increase or decrease the level of those sounds. It should work for the planes as well as a bunch of other types of noises as well. So let's give this a shot and see how it works. Real quick, if you guys want to get an exclusive $50 bonus credit when you pre-order any Galaxy S25, you can use my exclusive links in the description and pinned comment. Those links are for US residents only, and there is a 30-minute timeout on the links, so if you notice that the discount disappears after 30 minutes, you'll just have to click the link again to get it to apply. The S24 Ultra already had an incredibly durable screen. In fact, after a year of using this, I barely have any scratches at all, at least not any that I could find. The S25 Ultra takes that even further with Gorilla Armor 2, which is even more scratch and shatter resistant than the Gorilla Armor on the S24 Ultra. Now that said, I am pretty careful with my phones and making sure I don't put like keys or nails or screws or that type of stuff in the same pocket as my phone. I also don't put two phones in the same pocket together, so maybe I'm an anomaly in that case. But regardless, improved screen durability is always welcomed. The Galaxy S25 Ultra also comes with One UI 7, and that is a massive overhaul on the entire user interface. For starters, your notification panel and quick panel are now two separate panels that you can swipe back and forth between. Just swipe down the left side to get to your notification panel, and swipe down on the right side to get to your quick panel. The app drawer has also been updated with an option for vertical scrolling apps instead of horizontal scrolling apps. When we take a look at what's inside the... What was that? Not happy about that. That guy's upset about something. When we take a look at what's inside the S25 Ultra, that's where we see some impressive improvements. Some guy's yelling at people. When we take a look at what's inside the S25 Ultra, that's where we see some massive improvements. The Snapdragon 8 Elite chip gives huge performance gains to the NPU, CPU, GPU, and even ray tracing. And if we take a look at this Solar Bay ray tracing benchmark from 3D Mark, you really start to see the difference between the two devices. And taking a look at the results, you can see that it's a dramatic improvement on the S25 Ultra. And seeing how the score compares to other popular devices like the iPhone 15 Pro Max, even the S24 Ultra was pretty far ahead of it, but the S25 Ultra is almost double the performance. That's just crazy. Another massive change with the S25 Ultra is the side key now opens up Gemini instead of Bixby. Now, Gemini is Google's AI assistant that's incredibly powerful and conversational. This means you can talk to it like a normal person. Now, Gemini is so powerful that it would take an entire dedicated video to show you guys everything it could do, especially now that it's integrated into Samsung's apps. So for now, I'm just going to show you guys a couple really cool things it can do. So for starters, you can do multiple tasks with a single command, like this. Find out when the next Warriors game is and add it to my calendar.
Okay, you've got an event from 7 o'clock to 8 p.m. on January 23rd called Golden State Warriors versus Chicago Bulls.
And since Gemini is conversational, you can change what you want it to do mid-sentence and it'll understand. So I could say something like, find a nearby Italian restaurant. Actually, let's make it a barbecue restaurant.
Here are some barbecue restaurants near you. The Old Wagon Saloon and Grill. It has...
The third one looks pretty good. Can you take me there? And since Gemini is now integrated with Samsung apps, you could say things like, find healthy, high-protein recipes and add it to my Samsung Notes. And now if I open up the Samsung Notes app, I'll see all the recipes right there. If you want to see my deep dive into the beta version of One UI 7, you can check out this video here. And consider subscribing and turning on notifications if you want to see the rest of my deep dive S25 Ultra coverage. Now let's do the drop test.